So, you've heard about Antigua and Barbuda, right? The twin island paradise, where the national bird is the frigate, but ironically, frigate about finding any penguins here. Welcome to the unexpected vacation destination, where the sun is as warm as the people's hearts. And the only thing colder than the drinks is the surprise you get when you realize there are no penguins. It's a funny thing, really. You'd think in a place as chill as this, the penguins would be lining up for a beachfront condo, but alas, no tuxedoed birds in sight. Instead, we've got frigate birds. And let me tell you, these guys know how to party. Antigua and Barbuda, a beautiful place nestled in the bosom of the Caribbean Sea, is like a tropical postcard come to life. It's an island nation known for its reef-lined beaches, emerald rainforests, and a climate that makes you want to write poetry about sunshine. It's a place where the sand is the color of a golden dawn, the sea is a mesmerizing turquoise, and the sky, well, it's as blue as an overworked screenwriter's eyes on a Monday morning. But don't let the absence of penguins fool you. Antigua and Barbuda is teeming with wildlife. From the melodious trills of the banana quit to the stealthy hunting of the mongoose, there is no shortage of natural wonders here. But it's the frigate birds that truly steal the show. With their wide wings and a knack for soaring, they're like the superheroes of the bird world. No need for a bat signal, just look up. So if you're in the mood for palm trees instead of pine trees, sunshine instead of snowflakes, and frigate birds instead of penguins, then Antigua and Barbuda is the place for you. After all, who needs penguins when you've got a beach party going on all year round? And as for the penguins, well, I guess they didn't get the memo about the beach party. Ever thought about visiting a new beach every day for a year? Antigua and Barbuda has got you covered. Now I know what you're thinking. A new beach every day? That sounds like a logistical nightmare. And you'd be right, but hear me out. Antigua and Barbuda, two islands that make up a single Caribbean nation, are home to a whopping 365 beaches. Yes, you heard that right. 365. That's one beach for every day of the year, including leap years, if you're willing to double up on one of the really nice ones. Now, I'm not suggesting you should attempt this feat. Let's be honest, trying to visit all 365 beaches in a year would be like trying to binge-watch all seasons of Friends in a week. It's possible, but you'd probably end up a little sunburnt, sand-covered, and questioning your life choices. But isn't it nice to know that the option is there? Imagine waking up each morning, pulling out your beach map and saying, which slice of paradise shall I grace with my presence today? You could even rate them, like a true connoisseur. Ah yes, beach number 182, excellent sand quality, but the waves were a bit lackluster, a solid 7 out of 10. And let's not forget Barbuda. While Antigua may have the lion's share of beaches, Barbuda boasts some of the most pristine pink and white sandy beaches you'll ever see. So don't forget to schedule in a few days for a Barbuda beach bonanza too. All jokes aside, the beaches of Antigua and Barbuda are a sight to behold. From secluded coves to bustling beach bars, there's a little something for everyone. Whether you're an adventurous beach hopper or a one-beach kind of person, you're bound to find your perfect spot under the Caribbean sun. So if you're ever in a position to take a year-long vacation, remember Antigua and Barbuda, you'll have a new beach to explore every day. Just think of the tan you'll get. And if you're trying to hit all 365 in a year, don't forget the sunscreen, or you'll end up looking like a boiled lobster. How many dogs does it take to make an island? In Antigua and Barbuda's case, a roundlet says a lot. Now, I know what you're thinking. 20,000 dogs? That's a lot of woof-woof for such a small place. But don't worry, they're not forming a canine coup or anything. Most of these dogs are strays, and they're as friendly as they come. Antigua and Barbuda have a bit of a stray dog situation. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's a silver lining in every cloud, and in this case, it's a local animal welfare organization. These tireless heroes are always ready to lend a helping paw, doing their best to make sure every dog has its day. And speaking of days, let's get into the life of an Antiguan and Barbudan stray dog. Picture this, you're a dog. You wake up on a sandy beach, the sun warming your fur. You stretch out, yawn, and then, what do? Well, you're on vacation, basically. You're free to do whatever you want. Maybe you'll take a dip in the cool ocean waves. Perhaps you'll go for a leisurely stroll along the beach, stopping to sniff at interesting things, or you could just lie back down and sunbathe some more. It's a hard life, but someone's got to live it. And these dogs are living it up, proving that every dog really does have its day. But don't get too jealous of these dogs' beach life. Remember, they're strays. They don't have a home, and they don't always have enough to eat. That's where the local animal welfare organization comes in. They're doing their best to make sure these dogs are cared for, fed, and given the medical attention they need. So next time you're feeling stressed, just imagine you're one of these stray dogs in Antigua and Barbuda. Your biggest worry is deciding whether to nap in the shade or the sun. These dogs are living the dream, sunbathing all day and no work. Scene script. Next stop, Pineapple Station. No, we're not talking about a fruity train, but Antigua's black pineapples. Folks, it's true. And before you start picturing a goth fruit salad, let's clear the air. Antigua's black pineapples aren't exactly black. They're a deep, dark green that could pass for black if you squint just right in the Caribbean moonlight. But enough about the color. Let's talk taste. These petite, sweet treats are renowned for being some of the tastiest pineapples in the world. They're smaller than your average pineapple, but what they lack in size, they more than compensate for in flavor. Imagine the sweetest, juiciest pineapple you've ever tasted, then multiply that by 100. That's the Antiguan black pineapple for you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are they black? Is it a secret government experiment? Are they the result of some mad scientist's tropical fruit mutation? Or have aliens chosen Antigua as the launching pad for their intergalactic pineapple invasion? Well, sorry to burst your conspiracy bubble, but the truth is far less dramatic. They're black because of a special variety of pineapple plant that grows in Antigua's fertile soil. And while the exact science of it might be a little complicated, the result is simple. A small, sweet, and slightly mysterious fruit that's become a symbol of the island. And here's the kicker. Once you've tasted a black pineapple, you might find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew about pineapples. You might start to wonder if all those other pineapples you've been eating were just pale imitations of the real thing. You might even start to feel a little sorry for yourself, having spent so many years in pineapple ignorance. But don't worry, there's always time to make amends. Just book a trip to Antigua, find the nearest black pineapple, and prepare for a taste revelation. Black pineapple, the only pineapple that might make you question if you've been eating fake pineapples all your life. If you thought Americans loved baseball, wait till you see how Antiguans feel about cricket. Now you might think cricket is just a sport where people in uniforms chase after a small ball with a flat bat. But in Antigua and Barbuda, it's so much more than that. It's a national obsession, a fever, a craze. Picture this. It's like if the Super Bowl and the World Series had a baby, and that baby was raised by the Olympics. That's how big cricket is in Antigua and Barbuda. You see, cricket matches in Antigua are not just games, they're events. They're like the Oscars of sports, complete with red carpets, fashion police, and yes, even political drama. You think the US elections are intense? Wait till you see a cricket match in Antigua. The stakes are high, the tension is palpable, and the excitement is electric. It's like a political election, but with more sweat and less mudslinging. And the players? Oh, they're not just athletes, they're heroes, legends, gods even. They're like the Avengers, but with cricket bats instead of superpowers. They're revered, idolized, and their posters are probably plastered on every teenager's bedroom wall. And if you think that's an exaggeration, just ask any Antiguan about Sir Vivian Richards. You'll be there for hours listening to tales of his cricketing prowess. But it's not just about the star players. In Antigua, everyone plays cricket. From tiny tots to the elderly, you'll find them all on the cricket pitch, swinging their bats with gusto. It's like a national pastime, a rite of passage, a way of life. It's as ubiquitous as the sun in the Antiguan sky. And let's not forget the spectators. They're not just fans, they're fanatics. They're like the Trekkies of the cricket world with their face paint, team jerseys, and unyielding passion. They cheer, they chant, they dance, they sing. It's like a music festival, but with more sportsmanship and less mosh pits. So if you're planning on visiting Antigua and Barbuda, you better get your cricket game on point. Read up on the rules, learn the lingo, and maybe even practice a bit of bat swing. Because in Antigua, if you can't talk cricket, you might as well be speaking a foreign language. And trust me, you don't want to be that tourist who doesn't know their googly from their gully. But hey, don't let the cricket craze intimidate you. Embrace it, revel in it, because it's not just a sport, it's a spectacle, a celebration, a community. In Antigua, cricket isn't just a sport, it's a lifestyle. So, if you're visiting, you'd better brush up on your cricket knowledge or you'll be stumped. So there you have it, folks. Antigua and Barbuda, where dogs live the dream, pineapples have identity crises, and cricket is a way of life. As we wrap up our quirky journey through this unexpected vacation destination, let's take a moment to recap the highlights. We've dived headfirst into the beach bonanza, where the sand is as white as the teeth of a toothpaste model, and the water's so clear you can see your future in it. And let's not forget those beach dogs. Living the dream they are, strolling along the beach, catching frisbees and generally living a better life than most of us. Then, we've journeyed through the Pineapple Express where the pineapples are so fresh, they're probably having an existential crisis about whether they're a fruit or a vegetable. Trust me, it's a fruit, but don't tell them that, they're a bit sensitive. And who knew that a pineapple could have so much personality, right? Our journey wouldn't be complete without acknowledging the national obsession with cricket. It's not just a sport, it's a way of life in Antigua and Barbuda. It's like their version of Monday Night Football but with more tea breaks and less padding. You don't just watch cricket here, you live it, you breathe it. You're probably playing it right now as you watch this video. But ultimately, Antigua and Barbuda isn't just about beaches, dogs, pineapples, and cricket. It's about the people, the culture, the vibe. It's about those unexpected moments that make you laugh out loud. The ones that stick with you long after your vacation ends. So if you're ever planning a trip, remember, this isn't your typical tourist destination. This is Antigua and Barbuda, a place where the unexpected is the norm, and where every day brings a new adventure. And remember, if you're planning to visit, pack your beach gear, your pineapple slicer, and your cricket bat, and don't forget to say hi to the beach dogs for me.